Sir.
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to see you here, and we've talked to you in years past, and your association primarily with VIA Motors.
Yeah.
You're here this year with another venture, VLF. Yeah. Explain what VLF is.
Well, it used to be we've shown cars for the last few years, actually Fisker Karmas,
right,
but converted to a Corvette ZR1 drivetrain with the batteries and everything taken out, and that was Villarreal, my partner, and Lutz, VL. We've since formed a tripartite partnership with Henrik Fisker as the third guy, and he's bringing us design talent, and of course he's also brought in a bunch of projects that he's been working on. So now it's Villarreal, Lutz, and Fisker, which is interesting. So we have one Mexican-born, one Danish-born, and one Swiss-born, and we're the smallest American automobile company.
I'll pop this up here so we can take a couple.
There you go. That's the logo.
There's your logo right there,
yeah.
VLF right there. And I just walking by and taking a look at some of the cars. As a matter of fact, here you are with your partners right here.
Yeah, we got some running footage there. That was that's one of the first two production cars in a sort of mother of pearl silver. That's on our stand.
Yeah, I saw that over
right
there.
Around the corner here. And then tomorrow we'll be unveiling our 750 horsepower two-seat sports car, which unfortunately I can't show you images of right now.
Oh, you could, just between the two of us.
Well, I could show you, but we wouldn't be allowed to let it get on the screen.
So VLF then, so explain then what it is about this car that is going to be a game changer.
Well, we don't want it to be a game changer. We want to sell 100, ultimately maybe 200 cars a year to wealthy individuals. But when you think about it, it's a bespoke, very elegant, beautifully proportioned, large four-passenger sedan, 640 horsepower, so it's good for over 200 miles an hour. But it is the only American car up in that class, you know, the $200,000 plus class, in with the Mercedes AMGs and the Aston Martins and all of that. Now there is an American alternative that has the design, the performance, and the ability for the customer to specify leathers and paints and so forth. Obviously all at slight additional cost. But we think there's room in the American market for a bespoke automobile company, high-end in price, but using very reliable, tried and true mechanical units so that you don't have to worry about going on a long trip like with some of these exotics. If something breaks in the middle of nowhere, you know, you're going to take the plane home. Whereas with our car, you just go to a nearby Chevrolet dealer and everything can be taken care of.
So what's the price points on these vehicles?
Oh, we're talking $229 base price.
And how high can they go when you get all the...
I would say if a customer tries really hard, he or she should be able to get to 300.
If they really give it a try.
And you know what? We were talking to a potential Middle Eastern distributor, and we told him the price, and he said, "Oh, that's not going to work. You've got to make it more expensive, or people will buy it for their kids."
Yeah, they'll think it's too cheap. They're not going to buy it. I mean, it's a beautiful automobile. And how many of these have you sold so far? And
we have firm orders for about 10. We have a sort of a bank of interested customers that numbers in the hundreds, but we're not going to pursue that because we don't want to sell direct. So we're going to use the show to sign up dealers.
All right.
And then we're not going to try the Tesla model of direct sales.
Right.
We want,
that's working so great for them right now.
Yeah, we want experienced dealers, most of whom will have a Porsche franchise or a Lamborghini franchise or an Aston Martin franchise, so they know how to deal with this kind of customer.
So what else are you working on then besides, you've always got a number of irons in the fires. What else you got going on?
I would say this plus the sports coupe plus VIA Motors. That's keeping me. The other stuff I do is not for profit. You know, I take a strong interest in the U.S. Marine Corps, so I'm on a number of not-for-profit Marine Corps boards, Marine Corps University Foundation, Marine Military Academy in Harlingen, Texas, because I really credit the Marine Corps for whatever success I've had in life.
That's great. That's great. So you still flying?
Yep.
Excellent. What are you flying these days?
My L-39 Albatross, and you know, I figure as long as I pass the physical, which so far isn't a problem, and I pass my annual flight review, which up to now hasn't been a problem either. And I guess, you know, at some point I'm going to say, whoever heard of a 90-year-old flying a military jet? And
I think you ought to be that guy.
Maybe I'll stop.
No, I think you ought to be that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you in the market to buy any other aircraft?
No, in fact, I had an Alpha Jet, and I sold it a few years ago when we had the financial meltdown. And I was able to sell it well. I was able to sell it for more than I bought it for, and I sometimes kind of regret selling it because it was very fast.
Well, you know, things are back, and I think I've talked to a number of people who believe luxury cars are finding another leg. The economy's recovered. People have the money, they have the interest. The cars are out there like yours. I think the future might be bright.
I'm hoping so. I mean, we certainly don't like what the stock market did last week, and we hope we don't have some sort of, you know, global financial meltdown. But I think so far so good, and I believe what you believe. I think there's a lot of people out there who have the money to buy top-tier luxury cars, and in amongst the Italian and German stuff, why not an American producer?
Well, I'd say I'm going to make you a promise right here, and I'm going to stick to it. I will buy one of your cars when I win that Powerball jackpot. I'll be the first in line for one of those cars.
Oh, we'll have the car. You probably want special paint and trim.
You can't, I don't have everything. I mean, I'm going to push it way beyond 300.
Yeah, good.
Because I'll have $1.5 billion. That's chump change.
That's before taxes.
Before taxes. Yeah. Bob Lutz, we do appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to see you. When I get the mic off you, so you don't strangle yourself.
I have a tendency to walk away with other people.
There you go. Again, thank you very much, sir. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Bob Lutz.